Hey guys, welcome to another week of WoW Weekly with Myst. I hope everyone's having fun doing whatever they're doing. And this week we have the anniversary event is already in effect. It started on November 1st. And for those that are thinking, wow, this is weird, it is. Basically, what happened is normally we have the anniversary event start on the 23rd. They announced the expansion, Shadowlands, to release on the 23rd. And yeah, I don't think they were quite putting things together. The fact that the anniversary event would be then, and we always have the experience buff. So they decided to move it before so that it ends the day before Shadowlands releases. So you can take advantage of 16% bonus experience. They also brought back the Ultractive Valley of Old. I did a video on that one last year when it was the anniversary event. I personally, while I don't really care, I also kind of think that it's wrong to recycle something for an anniversary event. So, what are you gonna do, right? Everything's kind of been blah. But yeah, I think they should have put something else in. But to be honest, the way things are looking, I think they totally forgot that the anniversary was even here. It really does look like they forgot. Yeah, it for sure looks like they totally forgot that there was going to be an anniversary this year. So you can go get those mounts. I'll link the video that I made last year on that in case you need the info for that. It's pretty easy though. You just collect time warp badges, and it has to be like a fresh collect. Like you can't just go have 200 already and get your mounts. It has to be all done through the battleground. But like I said, I'll put a video or link the video I did last year for it. Also, for those that took part in the anniversary last year, you might remember that Korak's Revenge was actually a good leveling place. Extremely good. To be honest, the best leveling I've ever seen in the game. And that includes our 100% experience buff that we have had. But yeah, I remember leveling a lot of vaults really fast in there. The unfortunate part is they have nerfed that for this year. So that will not remain the same as it was last year. So you won't be able to, walk into one queue and gain a level, because that's basically what it was. It was super fast. There is one new thing. There is a cloak. It is the Crafted Cloak of War. You can get that over in Caverns of Time. For those that aren't too familiar with the game, that is in Tanaris. And you'll be looking for Historian Mahdi, which is a timely trinkets vendor, and you can find them at 5041. And the best way to reach Caverns of Time, obviously, is in your city. So if you're Alliance, Stormwind, if you're Horde, Orgrimmar. Also, another thing we have going on this week is Day of the Dead. This is only a 2-day event, but it just started, so it's November 1st to the 3rd. So definitely by the time you watch this video, you'll want to get doing that if you haven't already. And you can get 3 achievements out of there. There is the To the Afterlife, which is to defeat a contender while wearing the outfit. And then there's one to defeat 20 contenders, and then another to defeat 50. The pet Macabre Marionette. That one can be obtained as well through this event. And then there's tons of toys. And the cool part of this event is you buy it with gold. So you can get 5 easy toys to add to your collection just by spending gold. They are 100 gold each. So yeah, super cheap. Next up, we have the Dark Moon Fair. So that'll be around for a week. You can stack the Dark Moon Fair's experience buff with your 16th anniversary experience buff. And also, they have done a change to Dark Moon. So the skill requirement of 75 that you're used to having to be in effect for profession quests, that is a minimum of level 1 now. So they've removed that requirement. And you can complete the quests at a level 1 requirement. And then the final thing going on this week is Mythics. So yeah, that is the weekly, and that is quite a bit of stuff, I guess. Definitely a good time to level characters, and yeah. So let's move on to news. Okay, so for news, last week I released a video stating the pre-patch and all that. So we got that news last week, and the pre-patch event, because we're already in the pre-patch, but the event wasn't available right away. So the event has a date now, and so we are going to see the Scourge event on November 10th. And then we also have the release of Shadowlands for the 23rd, which is why the anniversary event is going on right now. It's so that it'll end the day before Shadowlands releases, so there's no experience conflict. The raid also has a release date. However, I kind of suspect that that's going to be changed, but we'll see. We'll see if they stick with it. But the raid release date is December 8th is when you'll be able to do normal and heroic of Castle Nathria. And then December 15th is when the mythic version will be available, as well as the first wing of Raid Finder. And then January 5th is Raid Finder Wing 2. January 19th will be Raid Finder Wing 3, and then February 2nd, you'll get the final wing and you'll be able to do everything. The reason why I think this might change is not because of the Raid Finder schedule and not because of the normal and heroic. It is the mythic only because they do mythic races. And while I'm not going to sit here and say that, like, they obviously shouldn't, focus the 1%, but the mythic race is a very popular thing for people to watch. And even if they were to complete the mythic raid within a few days, they're still cutting it real close. Personally, I'm kind of up and down with this schedule because I also have canceled all my Christmas plans because of COVID. So I'm not saying that everyone should be like me or anything like that, but I just think people are crazy for going anywhere for Christmas, And yeah, so I'm kind of up and down. It's like, for those people that are going to their families for Christmas, this is kind of a bad raid schedule, but then again, it's only bad for the 1% that, completes a mythic in less than 1 week. And yeah, so it's, I don't know. I think no matter which way you look at it, it's still bad because while maybe you're not doing anything, you do need a whole raid team of people who aren't going to be, going to their families for Christmas or or whatnot, right? So I think it can be bad, but I'm kind of whatever, right? I'm not like, not to sound bad at all, but I have no expectations for Shadowlands. I have it and I'm gonna play it, but to be perfectly honest, I still play World of Warcraft because of my collection. I had no expectations for BFA either because I knew it was going to be shit, and I have a similar feeling with Shadowlands. I'm excited for new content, but I am pretty certain that, a year into it, and maybe even less than that, they'll start fucking up again. And yeah, so I don't really have expectations, but it doesn't mean that I'm happy with the schedule they're doing. I still don't even think the release date is good. I think they meant to release it on my prediction date. For those that watch the videos regularly, you'll remember that I predicted, basically the 8th. So the day we're getting the normal and heroic raid is the day I predicted the expansion to actually launch. And then I figured the raids wouldn't be till January, because of the Christmas holidays, right? So yeah, I don't know. You guys will have to let me know what you guys feel, those that raid and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's such a weird year, right? Like, I don't know. I guess there's the reasoning that people get bored, but honestly, that's not even a month in. Like, there'll be stuff you can do without needing to release a raid right away, but whatever. Personally, what I think they should do is just delay the rest. Like, have normal and heroic come out on the 8th if you want, but delay everything else till like the January 5th for Raid Finder Wing 2. Have the Mythic raid start around then. And then, yeah, that's what I would do. People can do normal and heroic for a month. Yeah, that's personally what I would do. That way you're kind of getting both. You're not going to have people saying they're bored because they have normal and heroic raid they could do. And then the people who are going to visit their families, they're not going to be bitching because the Mythic wouldn't start till January. So, seems like a win-win in my head, but yeah. Next up in news, there's a new cookbook, which I'm super excited about. I bought the other WoW cookbook like the minute it released. I've had it from the very beginning, and I've cooked like everything in it, and all the foods are amazing in that cookbook. And so this next one is, it looks pretty good. On the cover, there's even a donut that looks like Homer's donut, so that's cool. So this one is supposed to be basically Pandaria stuff. So here's a page. This is like the listings of food. So yeah, personally, if you've never bought a cookbook before for World of Warcraft, I highly recommend it. The first one had a lot of amazing recipes, and the second one is from the same author, so I imagine it's going to be just as great, if not better. And it's not going to be available for a while yet, but you can pre-order it. It's showing on Amazon as a $28 cookbook, which really isn't bad. I think I actually paid 30 something for the first one. So 28 is pretty good. And it's scheduled to release on May 18th, 2021. Rumor is that it's supposed to actually have some of the Shadowlands stuff in it as well. So that might be why it's a little later into the year. But yeah, I'm good for sure by it. I don't need to know anything about this book. All I needed to know was that she's doing it. She's amazing with these cookbooks. And that's all I have for you guys regarding retail and Shadowlands stuff and all that. The last piece of news that I have for you guys has to do with Classic WoW. And that is Naxx. Naxx is scheduled to release for Classic WoW on December 3rd. And so there's some stuff you could do to get attuned if you wanted to start working on that right now. So you'll want to get honored with the Argent Dawn, and then after you've gone at least honored, you will be able to talk to Archmage Angela DeSantos, and she'll be over in Light's Hope Chapel in the Eastern Plaguelands, and that's where you get a quest that will grant you access to walking into Naxx. The quest is the Dread Citadel, and the more rep you have, the less materials you need for it. So basically how it works is if you're honored, then to complete the quest, you will need 5 arcane crystals, 2 Nexus crystals, and a righteous orb plus 60 gold. If you're revered, you'll need 2 arcane crystals and a Nexus crystal and 30 gold. And if you're exalted, it's free. So it really depends on your status of your rep. But yeah, the better the rep, the cheaper you pay. And yeah, that is all. I just thought I'd, let you guys know. Maybe there's some people that don't realize that there's going to be an attunement involved in Naxx. And yeah, that is it for today's video. So I hope you're having fun, whether it be in retail WoW or classic WoW. And I will say it's some weird release dates there. It's like, I want to not agree with December 3rd, but then I guess it's not horrible if you really think about it. Because if you wanted to play Shadowlands, then that releases on the 23rd. You could be leveled before the 3rd, and then you hop over a classic WoW for the 3rd, get yourself into Naxx, and then I guess you could come back over a week later for the raid on retail side. Yeah. The way I see it is they're now running 2 games, and updates for 2 games and patches for 2 games. So they're going to have conflict. I don't think there is any way that they can really release stuff properly with the 2. I don't know. But anyway, that is all I have for you guys this week. So I hope you enjoyed this week's WoW Weekly with Myst. And I hope you're having fun doing whatever it is you're doing. And I imagine leveling or playing classic WoW. Those probably are the 2, popular things that people are doing. Something I should be doing, but I'm playing a little Animal Crossing on the side here. I know I'm gonna go pretty ham when Shadowlands rolls around, so I'm just kind of like chilling out a bit, and then I'll get back into my groove. But yeah, so have a good one, guys. Enjoy the anniversary event, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.